Welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, as the title suggests, we are going to be exploring the Shadow Isles. So over the past maybe 12-13 weeks, maybe a little bit longer, don't quote me on it, I have been going through the region of Demacia. I've gone through the map explore and then I've gone through every single champion. Now you guys have decided the next region for me in the community vote, and that happens to be by quite a long way actually as well, the Shadow Isles. So here we go. So Shadow Isles is down here. Let's go. So these are the champions. Governance none. Makes kind of sense. Attitude towards magic. Does that say suffer? Oh, I think it's a suffer. Okay. Level of technology low. And general environment, cursed archipelago. So it ain't no Maldives. It ain't no Maldives, let's put it that way. So anyway, let's get into it. The Shadow Isles were once a beautiful realm, long since shattered by a magical cataclysm. Now black mist permanently shrouds the land, tainting and corrupting with its malevolent sorcery. Those who perish within it are condemned to become part of it for all eternity. And worse still, each year the mist extends its grasp to reap more souls across Runeterra. Okay, so a nice little summary here. We have featured in the Shadow Isles this here and this here, but I'm not going to jump into that just yet. What I'm going to do is just have a little look here. So we have the Harrowing, okay, which is a video we watched a while back. So they were an unfortunate, I imagine, small island that got in the way of the Black Mist. And we have here Shattered Past, History of the Blessed Isles. So where should we go next? I think we're going to here first before looking at this. So let's go. Shadow Isles, right. Okay. This cursed land was once home to a zoom in a bit. Let's zoom in. This cursed land was once home to a noble, enlightened civilization known to the allies and emissaries as the Blessed Land. Reminds me a little bit there, enlightened civilization, a little bit like Atlantis sort of thing, kind of like on its own, but a little bit more advanced. So, however, more than 1,000 years ago, an unprecedented magical cataclysm left the barrier between the material and the spiritual realms in tatters. Sure, Shen might love that. Effectively merging the two and dooming all living things in an instant. Now a malevolent black mist permanently shrouds the Isles, which we saw in one of the Legends of Runeterra videos. I think number 2 or number 3? I forgot what it was called. The one starring Thresh. Shrouds the Isles, and the earth itself is tainted by dark sorcery. Mortals who dare to venture, to these dismal shores will slowly have their life force stolen away from them, which in turn attracts insatiable, relentless spirits of the dead. Those who perish within the mists are condemned to haunt this nightmarish place for eternity. Unless you Senna. Where still, the power of the Shadow Isles appears to wax stronger with every passing year. Okay, allowing the most powerful spectres to roam farther and farther across Runeterra, once again, which we saw in one of the videos from Legends of Runeterra. Cool. So these are the champions. We can see there's a nice theme going on here with the green. We have a little bit less than we have in Demacia. We've got here 5, 6, 7. We've got 8 champions. Okay, so we have 8 champions, and we also have Viego and the latest champion. I've forgotten her name. I think we'll add them into the mix as well. So before I have a quick look at the champions, let me go back here to the map and have a look at this. In fact, hold on, it might even be here anyway. Yeah, let's just stick with this. Let's jump over the champions for now. Explored related stories. So these probably tie in with each champion. So I'm not going to go over any of them. We've seen, there we go. Tales of Runeterra, Shadow Isles. That is what I was on about. Really good actually. Probably one of my favourite ones where the boy gets trapped in it or tricked to follow his dad, but it's just a ghost of his father Who knows, maybe his father was tricked or trapped by some kind of similar thing. He follows him. Fresh has his fun. And I like right at the end where you think he's got away, he's got back to his mother, back to the boat, but in reality he hasn't. And that reveal's cool. So, let's move on. Yeah, and that's the Harrowing. We've seen that as well. That's good. So, Visions of the Shadow Isles. So, look at the artwork here. Nice. Let's see if there's any more information here. Visions of the Shadow Isles. The radiance of alignments begins the journey to enlightenment. So I wonder if this here... Nope, I can't zoom in. I wonder if this here is maybe prior to the destruction. So maybe this is the Blessed Isles. Maybe. Wow, that's cool. The whatever that is of light, wherein the litanies of the sentinels are graven on the walls and floors. Cool. The celestial vault unlocked by the revelations of the lunotropic demisphere. So this looks a little bit different, doesn't it? Something's going on here, looks a little bit run down. The surrendered vaults of Arcana, a confluence of dark magic. Yeah, okay, so this looks like one of the scenes out of the Harrowing as well. Yeah, not somewhere you want to really be, let's put it that way. The hall of conjunction through which all seekers must pass. All seekers. I wonder if I find a little bit more about what this is about. Seekers, which all seekers must pass. The creator that was once a grand gallery of ancient artifacts at the heart of the Shadow Isles. Right, okay, so this looks like maybe the centre of the Blessed Isles prior to its destruction. The library. We saw this as well, didn't we? We saw this in the Shadow Isles. What was it called? Yeah, Shadow Isles. Tales from Runeterra, Shadow Isles. What was it called though? That's bugging me now. I'm going to find out what it's called. What was it called? No Escape. None Escape. Okay, it was called None Escape. Okay. So, yeah, we see this as well, though, we're in the None Escape trailer or video. Library Keep. Okay, and the last one, oh, I've got a little bit more information here. This is one of the scenes where Senna goes to save, Lucian goes to save Senna. Flooded cities. Hela, the capital of the Blessed Isle, was located on the coast. As a result, many parts of the city were flooded after the ruination. Yeah, once again, reminds me so much of Atlantis. So, let's jump out of that. Let's carry on. Entities of the Shadow Isles. Way. Eternal Scrivener. Many of the humble scribes and activists of the Blessed Isles perished at their lecterns, unaware of the disaster that had just befallen them. This lost soul now feverishly scratches descriptions of its torment on an endlessly unravelling parchment. Wow, that's pretty grim. That's pretty grim. Hence the name, Eternal. Strong-willed. The most powerful spectres retained much of their personality and desires even after the ruination, becoming predatory spirits who may stalk the weak and vulnerable for all eternity. Widow of Forgotten Songs. The Widow of Forgotten Songs was a collector of birds who tried to free them when disaster struck. She now wanders aimlessly, listening to the songs she can no longer recall. Grim. Look at that, Soul Shepherd. Looks a little bit like Victor. The Soul Shepherd seeks to keep weaker spirits safe from predatory spectres. So you kind of got you've got the bad and you've got the good. Okay. Light attracts like. Any mortal who sets foot on the Shadow Isles will attract the spirits of the fallen. Yeah, hence why you don't want to be there. Eternal death. Look at that. That's cool. I love the theme as well. This green, kind of like bluey green theme, just, yeah, it works. Hecarim. So Hecarim is one of the champions that I will go into in more details later on. Beyond the Isles. While weaker spirits may only be able to manifest during the Harrowing, More powerful entities can always do so. Sometimes even venturing beyond the Shadow Isles. I like that. So yeah, based on your abilities and power determines how far beyond the Shadow Isles you can roam. And the fact that the Ruined King is just doing his own thing and just walking where he pleases shows how OP he is. Yeah. I think Lucian will confirm that. And he was Thresh. So Thresh is the main guy. So what's interesting about Thresh, and I'll go into a little bit more details when we get into Thresh's actual champion review. I wonder what part or what role he plays in the whole thing that's going on now with Ruination and with the Ruined King. It'd be interesting to see, the interactions between him and Viego, because technically he's like, in my opinion, like Hades. He's the gatekeeper in it. He controls the whole Shadow Isles, or does he? Because maybe Viego might have something to say about that. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see the dynamic between the two, and then also where Mordekaiser stands on this as well. Anyways, I digress. Let's go back now, see what else we have. Right, so this is the Blessed Isle. So this is prior to what happened. I like that. I like how it shows the current look and the ghouls, and then the previous. So, okay, fertile lands. The Blessed Isles. Look at that. That's cool, isn't it? Nice artwork as well. Hidden from outsiders. Yeah, it's like an advanced civilization. It's architectural puzzles. Blessed Isles Bridge, library interior. So these, whoever these are still here, aren't they? They're there prior to it becoming the Shadow Isles. So I wonder what they do. And then citizens of the Blessed Isles. Huh, look at this guy here. Okay. So, and then we've got obviously Explore the Regions, Shurima and Piltover. We're not going to dive into them just now. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back over and have a look at this. So the Harrowing, this is the first one. Look at that, the Harrowing. The funny thing about this as well is, my first impressions for this were Bilgewater. It looks very similar to Bilgewater, which kind of makes sense because there we go. Bilgewater's just here, so it's going to have some of the similar characteristics. So, let's go back into it. At times, the black mist reached across the seas, and the spirits of the dead go with it. The Harrowing strikes most frequently in Bilgewater. Those slain by the spirits during the Harrowing are damned. Their souls dragged back to the Shadow Isles with the mist, when the mist retreats. And this guy here is, I'm not sure if he's going to make it or get away. But yeah, that looks cool. Look at the black mist here. I like it almost seems like it's lifting everything up with it, like a tide of sea. You know what I mean when I say tide of sea. The lighthouse is elevated here as well. I just like how it shows the mist coming through and all these ghosts here. Yeah, everyone's running. Cool. Okay, so that's that one. Let's now have a look. Are these the only two? I think these are the only two. This is the Shattered Past. Okay, so the history of the Blessed Isles. Right, okay, so this is what we saw before, but with some actual details. The realm now known as the Shadow Isles was once replete with gardens, libraries, universities, and houses of learning. The architects of the Blessed Isles were laden with hidden meaning and symbolism. Yeah, so what's interesting, I'll just go on a bit of a tangent here, in the 2021 Ruination cinematic, near the end, Poppy and Vane found kind of like a symbol. Had a green, I'm sure it had like a green shine to it as well. It wouldn't surprise me if it's got something to do with the Blessed Isles. The architecture of the Blessed Isles was laden with hidden meaning and symbolism. Just a hunch. Cities were designed to keep their inhabitants safe. Good job. Good job. Because the isles were surrounded by white mist that led unguided travellers astray. There was no need for an army. So it's like shrouded in white mist and then now it's black mist. Okay. History. This is the history. The natural magic of the Blessed Isles made its landscape incredibly fertile. That's the people rocking doing the thing there. Right, this is interesting. The greatest repositories of the Blessed Isles were architectural wonders containing innumerable secrets and sometimes dangerous artifacts. The knowledge within these hidden vaults would only reveal itself at specific phases of moon, angles, of the sun or alignments of starlight. Interesting. And this one here, the litanies of the sentinels that are engraved on the... Okay, we've already read that one, haven't we? And we've read that one. And that's that one there as well. Okay. Okay, so if I go back to this now, I think we're almost done. Let's close that. We go back to this now. I think we're almost done. We've read this now. Only thing left to do now is actually go for the champions. So I think I'm going to do a very similar theme to what I did in Demacia. I'm going to go through each champions as they are on the League of Legends page. So Hecarim, then Karthus, I think it is, then Thresh, then Kalista, and then Mordekaiser, then Yorick, Maokai, I think it's Maokai, and Elise, I think as well. But what I will do is I will do Viego first. Since Viego is the new champion, he's the ruined king, and there's so much going on at the moment in terms of lore with Viego, he will be the first champion I do. Then I will move on to these. In terms of the most recent release, which I think is... I don't think it's Viego's wife, I think it's part of her soul within a doll, if that's correct. I'm not sure if I'm going to cover her yet, there might not be enough information on her to justify me doing one just yet. Oh, and by the way as well, I'm going to do one on Mordekaiser. I'm going to probably... Oh, he's here. No. I'm going to probably add Mordekaiser in. Mordekaiser's already in. But what's interesting is, you can see all the rest of them here have Shadow Isles. He's Noxus. So there's some connection he has to Noxus. So what I might do is I might leave him till last, but I will definitely be doing him as well, because he happens to be here. So before I leave it here today, guys, for the review on Shadow Isles, let me see if there's any more information on Gwen. I think she's called Gwen. Let me see if there's any more information on Gwen. Bear with me. Right, so here we are. Here is Gwen of the Shadow Isles. So she's not in the Shadow Isles Explore map section. So I don't know if that's because... Let's see what we've got for Gwen. So this is Gwen. It looks like we've got some stuff here for her. The stranger who sues, not sues. Yeah, she's not a lawyer. Okay, we've got a story for her as well. We've got a bio. Yeah, I think I might leave her to last because hopefully at that point there might be some more information on her, maybe some new additional skins as well. Yeah, so I might add her into the review at the end. But yeah, I think we'll leave it here today, guys, on this one. Next week, I will be going over Viego. He will be the first champion I will be reviewing for Shadow Isles. Thank you once again to everyone that voted. I think there was almost 1,000 votes on the next region, which happens to be Shadow Isles. So thank you to everybody that voted on that as well. Much appreciated. And once again, any thoughts or recommendations or anything in particular you'd want me to do on the channel related to League of Legends, feel free to add a comment, and I will do my very best to add that into the channel. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next one.